Thank you. All right, good morning, YouTube. It is 5:38 a.m. Thursday, July 28th, 2022. Wow, bus made surprisingly good time. I forget exactly at what point during the ride I had checked the bus app to see what time I would be arriving, but it said, pretty sure it said I was going to arrive at 5:44, and I think the bus was scheduled for 5:40, so it's actually a little bit early right now. So yeah, that driver not only made up, and yeah, that's probably why it's sitting there right now, probably scheduled to catch up. But yeah, it made up its lost time and then some, so nice. So yeah, sorry to end the last video so abruptly, but once I saw that bus, I was just like, oh, when I was in the process of opening up my iPhone. By the way, I'm shooting this on my iPhone because it seems to be a little bit better quality video, and I have so much more available space on the iPhone. In fact, I have so much available space on this iPhone, since it's a 128 gig model, that I'm actually been thinking about upping the resolution when I shoot on this to 1080p, just for shits and grins. Thinking about it, haven't done it yet. I think at one point in time when I first started this vlog, I was shooting at 1080p and ended up when that was on a few phones ago, on a 6S Plus and iPhone 6S Plus, and I ended up dropping the resolution. Memory serves, I dropped it for two reasons. One, the larger file size I was finding problematic to upload, often finding problematic to upload, and which might still be. But then the other issues that I found, I was running out of space. Oh, great. Oh, God, it was all squishy under my feet. Okay, this is just... thanks for not providing sidewalk, Phoenix. I really hate how that sidewalk just ends right there. There should really be a path that connects it to the path down below. But of course, there's still kind of an issue with the path down below not having adequate drainage. As you can see right now, it's quite flooded in that direction. So yeah, it's a little unnerving walking in the street. I'm pretty sure those people are not going 25 miles per hour that are whizzing by me southbound, or the ones whizzing by me northbound. Yeah, there's no way in hell any of those people are going 25 miles per hour. Whoa, dude, turn off your headlights and go try and hit the pedestrians. Slow down, it's a 25 mile per hour street. Freaking ridiculous. I need to have a motorcycle cop camped out right there in that driveway, clocking, ticking people. This is a 25 mile per hour street. You have people speeding that don't even have their damn headlights on. Fuck. I've got to walk in the damn gutter just to stay out of the mud. Although I don't think this time around I can blame it on City of Phoenix overwatering. I think it actually rained last night. Not that I noticed it. A lot of times I can hear it, like when it's raining, I can hear it in the trucks. Actually, funny, now that I'm thinking of it, I do think at one point I kind of thought it smelled like rain, but I didn't really hear it hitting the trucks I was working in. Anyway, so I abruptly ended my last video as I saw my bus. I was opening up the iPhone just trying to see at what time the next rapid bus, I was going to compare when the next rapid bus would be and when the next McDowell bus would be, and then I saw the next McDowell bus like directly in front of me, and yeah, I was able to get on it. I don't know what the deal is with the woman that was getting on board when I went running towards it, but I guess she was having some kind of difficulty paying her fare, And it didn't seem to be an issue of her not having money. It seemed to be an issue of the bill acceptor not taking her bills, which I've had that issue getting on the bus in the past as well. The fare boxes Valley Metro uses are they're tragic, to put it mildly. You know, it's kind of funny. I think back to different places where I've used public transit in different ways. Different places have handled it, and you know, I always go back to one of all the different public transit systems I've ever used. Probably the one that I used on a semi-daily basis that I liked the most was, and I don't even remember what the system was called, but the buses, the local buses in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and you wouldn't even think a place like that would have public transit, but they did, and it was shockingly good. Ran damn near 24 hours. Used little shuttle buses. Didn't even use full-size buses. Really small little town, but it basically had 2 routes that covered everything there was to be covered. And always on time. I don't remember how much it was to ride, but I know whatever it was, it certainly struck me as a nominal fee that I never worried about. I don't recall ever getting passes. I think I just always paid it as I rode it. But I thinking about fare boxes, I kind of got this image of what their fare boxes looked like, and it was literally just a box with a slot. Basically, when you would get on the bus, you would show the driver your fare so they could look at it and see that you were giving them the correct amount of money, and then you put it in the box. And there wasn't a dollar bill reader. There wasn't anything special about it. It was literally just a lock, like a clear plastic locked box. It was secure that your cash went into. So nothing to malfunction. Just a box. Of course, it did require that the drivers, you know, actually look at the money, but I don't think too many of them worried about that sort of thing in Jackson Hole. And certainly in Jackson Hole, we didn't have the kind of riffraff riding the bus that we have here. Speaking of riffraff, holy crap, there was this guy that got on the bus shortly after I did. I was sitting in the back on the left side, he ended up sitting in the back on the right side, and he was having quite an argument with himself. I spilled his drink on the floor. I'm thinking the guy was probably spun out on some kind of drugs. I was so glad when after a few miles he just finally passed the fuck out. I was actually contemplating videoing the guy, but I figured that would possibly elicit a violent response from the guy, and I just wanted him to leave me the hell alone. Look at that sunrise. Woo-hoo. I do like that the days are getting shorter. I forget what day it was. It was definitely after I got my car. Riding home from Amazon, I heard them say on KTAR that morning that it was the first day of summer and the longest day of the year. And I was thinking to myself, yeah, nice. Just start getting home. So I miss when I started this job at Amazon, when I would get home before the sun would come up. It just felt more like it's a lot easier to go to sleep, you know, when I get home before the sun comes up. And I'm almost accomplishing that today. I ended my video so hurriedly, and I didn't really get to finish the story of what happened, and I'm almost home, so I'm going to have to do a kind of a long story short thing. So basically, going into the work zone at Dock 339, open the gate, and I'm trying to avoid a pallet of lids, which was kind of not really where it should have been and kind of half blocking the entrance. And coming in, and I managed to tap against the dock guardian barrier thing, and I hit it hard enough that it hit the there's a sensor in the forklifts that will disable it if you hit something. And I hit it hard enough to do that. I mean, I didn't plow into it, but I went right past it. But it was an audible tink when I hit it. And I don't think that I did any damage to either the forklift or the Guardian. I mean, both looked pretty much exactly the same, but there was a little crust on it, which probably paint scraped off the forklift. Although, to be fair, in an area where there's already plenty of paint already scraped off the forklift. Anyway, it just so happened it was one of the dock Guardians that somebody plowed into and messed up really bad. So, of course, when everybody came in to look at it, they're like, oh my God, look how messed up that is. I'm like, yeah, I didn't do that. That's been like that for at least a month that I've been working in this department. And they're like, well, the video will show what happened. And I'm like, cool. So I know there's high definition surveillance, but yeah, they have to investigate the whole incident. And I probably won't be a forklift driver until I can be retrained. Not that training is going to change anything, you know. I mean, I'm trained. It was just a moment where I was looking on one side of the lift, trying to make sure I didn't hit the blue shit, and I was a little closer to the gate than I thought I was. Oh, so really curious if Priscilla's going to be home with our vehicles here. At least one less thing to worry about. After yesterday, I don't expect she'll be in my bed, but I don't know what awaits me there. Of course, after a day as frustrating as this, and as just as miserable as my last hour of work was, which was just all consumed by filling out an incident report and investigation, and it's just so much uncertainty and stress. And I'm like, you know, I'm not a careless driver. I'm not that guy. I'm super cautious. Just ask anybody I work with. I don't know. Hopefully, the investigation will be okay, and it'll clear me. And if I have to spend an evening just sitting in a room going through the class again, that's, for what it's worth, that's an easy, you know, actually I can kind of look forward to it, because that's an easy night of work for me, for certain. You know, paid for it, paid for sitting on ass. So the one Amazon package is there, the other Amazon package that was sitting in there has been moved. So apparently that made its way inside. Yeah, so anyway, hopefully everything will be fine. This is the end of my work week, so hopefully all that investigating can get done while I have the weekend off, and while I am doing my karaoke show at Bullock's and trying not to think about it. But I tell you, I was really getting accustomed to my Sunday routine of coming in and checking in at inbound at outbound as opposed to inbound. And Sunday was the day that it was, well, you know, last Sunday was the day that I was actually loading trucks, and it was slow enough for me to get some training and experience in loading trucks. And I was really looking forward to that again. And I assume next Sunday I'm probably going to be back to being a water spider in inbound. I highly doubt that I will just be immediately put back on a pit, as much as I would like to be. I don't know, depending on where my head is at on Sunday. Depending on where my head is at on Sunday, I might just ask to be a line loader that day. I think under the circumstances, the management would probably be cool with letting me do a more low energy, mindless kind of job, just to kind of pass the time. Since I'm not able to drive forklift pending the investigation of my near-miss incident. Yeah. Or I might just use my vacation time that I've accumulated and take the damn day off. I don't know. Haven't decided yet. Guess I'll see when I get to it. And of course, what I decide will a lot of it will have to do with whether or not I get my bonus, my signing bonus, 6-month portion of my signing bonus when I get paid on Friday. I really expect that I will, although there might be another week delay on it. It might not be till next week. But I'm really hoping that comes through. Anything else worth mentioning? Oh yeah, I got a brand new pair of, did get a chance during my lunch hour to talk to the shoe people at the front of the warehouse. And initially I was told that you only get a voucher for new shoes every, once a year. As you can see, my soles are coming apart here. And I'm only going on 6 months, a little over 6 months since I got these shoes. So, but yeah, I showed them to the shoe people, and they're like, "No, well, let's see if we can, get on our computer and see if we can put it through for you." And I think initially I had to pay like $12 above what the voucher was, but I managed to find this exact same pair of shoes, which I really like. Forgetting the brand name, but anyway, if you're not paying attention to them, they just look like nice sneakers, nice black sneakers. But yeah, they completely comped them, and they will be getting shipped to me. They'll be arriving in the mail. So, got new shoes coming in the next week or so. So that's something to be excited about. Anyway, thanks for coming with me on the walk, listening to my me relieve my anxiety about what was a lot more stressful day of work than what I wanted, for sure. And now days like this are the time where it's really nice to have a good significant other that I can just climb in bed with, that'll just make love to me and make all the stress of the day melt away. But yeah, I know that's not